Hi pilots and co-pilots, Brian here. Welcome to another flight. As you can see before you here, this is the Aerobask Robin DR401 CDI 155 version 1.14. Got that? So basically this is a version of the Robin aircraft. They've been kind of resurrected, and they've released a version of an old plane they had, the DR400. This is a new one, the DR401, and it has the sort of the very noticeable dihedral on the wing there, which is pretty unusual. But this is a new plane, and it has a glass cockpit, so it's a larger cockpit, and it's got electrics inside, and this has been modelled by Aerobask and given away for free to everybody who wants to download it from xplane.org. Absolutely awesome by them. It's not some like older model that they're just, you know, throwing out there. This has been built with X-Plane 11 in mind. X-Plane 11.20 or greater you need to be able to run this, and in their words they say it's so this model features a 155 horsepower diesel engine, so that's an interesting different one. I do have a DA, I think DA42 I've got as the only other model that I've got has a diesel. It's very different. It says it's got accurate flight modeling by X Aerodynamics, F-Mod high quality sounds. It's integrated with the Garmin G1000, the X-Plane 1 version of the G1000. It's got fully functional 3D cockpit with virtual reality ready manipulators for those of you who are lucky enough to have all those fun bits and pieces. 3D modeling with high resolution PBR textures, simulated FedEx test and preheating, windshield reflections optimized to save frames per second, 8 liveries and a white paint. And I've just taken it out for a quick spin, and yeah, I was able to fly it and land it, and it looked like a lot of fun. So let's do that again and see how we go. So welcome inside. There's quite a bit of background noise with this plane. I'm not sure I like that. Haven't worked out yet how to figure that, but you can see we have great visibility. I'm at Nanaimo, Seaway CD up in Canada. That's where I wanted to do my test flight from. This is our interior, fully modelled, and the back seat's there. The door's open right now. We can probably make a lot of that background noise go away if we shut our canopy. There, that's better. Okay, so let's try and get this thing fired up. So as I said, this is a diesel, so it's a little bit different. You don't worry about mixture in the same way you would with a normal gas powered engine. So we're gonna turn our fuel on. Oh, I see. I just used the turn it in the wheel on the mouse. So where have we got our settings? We've got the main panels. Okay, so I'm going to turn our power on. Preheat's done. Okay. I'll get my alternator turned on. You have the ability to adjust outside noise completely with this. Let's just, I think if I, oh, maybe once the engine's running. So I am now going to take this round to start. Oh, I can't hear any engine. Oh, there we go. So if you roll your mouse wheel here, you can see that's a volume control. So I guess that's helpful for people who are flying VR. I'm going to provide all the power to my avionics, but I'm going to be flying VFR here. Basically, this is the X-Plane G1000 panel, so if you know this panel, you know this panel. I'll be honest, I don't know whether it's because I'm not that expert at this. I find that a bit too much. I find the six-pack is easier for me to handle, to be honest, a lot of the time. Anyway, let's go and have a look outside, shall we? So here we go. Oh, there's 2 of us flying today. I just chose the funky red repaint. No real reason. But the detailing is absolutely great. It's a real good job. So it's a yoke. Oh, sorry, not yoke. It's a stick, not a yoke, so it's a little different for a small aircraft. Look, we've got a little phone over here. A little bit of promotion there for Aerobask. I don't blame them, seeing as they're giving this away for free. I'll put a link below my video. Oops, just resetting my throttle on my joystick before we go anywhere. And I think that's all there is to it. We've got about half a tank. Our voltage is a little, it's in the green. A fair bit of shake coming off the engine. Our temperatures, it's a nice warm day. Flaps are up. Let's work out where our trim needs to be. Somewhere up here, I think, for the takeoff region. Okay. The glass is back and secure. We are ready to go. So I'm going to take the brakes off. We will swing round. We'll see how this thing taxis. Apologies if you see stuttering. It's 33 degrees today where I am, and my poor little PC in my office cannot handle the heat. We have a terrible time with that at the moment, and my office doesn't have air conditioning, so I'm sweltering here recording this. But I just saw this yesterday and I thought, I've got to make a video. People might be interested. When you see freeware by like Aerobask and the like, I've got a couple of their planes and I really like them. So this is very aggressive on the acceleration. It's obviously a fixed pitch propeller, so it's a nice simple aircraft to deal with. You've got no mixture and it's fixed pitched, so you really do just have the throttle to deal with. And of course you've got that slightly funky sound because it's a diesel. Not sure if I'm sitting quite right here. The only problem with a new plane until I find my correct view that I'm happy with. And I don't know what my internal buttons are mapped to. Oh, okay. Curious. Yeah. And this scenery, CYCD scenery, is by Canada for X-Plane. Freeware download on xplane.org. They do loads of Canadian scenery, which is great for those of us up in Canada who need to fly. So we're just going to be taxiing around here. Seems pretty good. A little twitchy, but everything X-Plane's always been a little twitchy on the ground. If you've been flying it for a while, you're used to that. Okay, and round we come. So you got your engine details there. We'll have a look at them. Just after we pulled on, ATC has cleared us onto the runway. Just a little visual check there. There was definitely nobody coming. The windsock there is showing us we've got a slight breeze, not a lot, and it's favourable to the direction we're taking off. So let's bring ourselves to a stop and have a quick check over. Okay, so we'll just do a little run up. Oil pressures are in the green. We've got good fuel quantity, fuel flow. Everything looks good. Our voltage is good. We've got enough fuel. Okay, let's pull my view back a little bit there. I'm not going to use flap for takeoff. I don't think we're going to have a problem. I'll just start bringing the throttle forward. And away we go. Just hope airspeed comes. Airspeed is alive. Oops. And I'm a bit skittish here. Picking up speed quite rapidly. That's good. I'm still a bit all over the place, and I'll ease back on the stick. And away we go. Goodbye, Nanaimo. Well, we'll be back in a minute. It's a very eager little plane. That was absolutely no problem taking off there, so that's great. Trying to keep it level here. Yeah, great visibility. Look at that. Nice ability to climb. Not the fastest plane on Earth, but that's fine. I expect the dihedral in the wing helps for stability. It reminds me very much of radio controlled gliders and also trainers, with that up angle helping return it to level. So I imagine it's in its nature to be level in flight. Right, we're just going to do a little lap here, and then I'm going to try and come into land. Just try out some of the features here. So again, you know, other simplistic things with these diesel engines, as you don't have your two magnetos, there's no left and right circuits to test. So there's the runway around there. We're just going to do a loop out past this little hillside here, then we'll come up the channel past Ladysmith, and then we'll be coming into land at Nanaimo Airport again. And I've got default scenery on today. Actually, this might be yeah, I think it's default. I'm just trying the plane out, and we're trying to reduce the load on my poor little PC. I'll just about be able to record this, and I'll probably have to turn my PC off and then let it cool down. So let's try and ease my throttle back to, there you go, there's cruise, I think. So let's try and get us trimmed up a little bit for a minute. Although we're pretty much past the mountain, and I'll be swinging round to the right in a minute. So it looks like the panel's got full autopilot set up, so you can do some quite detailed programming for this. For a basic aircraft, it's quite well featured then. So we're at 1500 feet. I'm gonna pretty much level off at that, I think. We don't want to be much higher than that. I seem to have a bit of graphical glitching since I've turned off Ortho for XP just for now, and yeah, there's a line going across here. I'm not sure what that is. Some scenery issues. I'm on 10. Explain 11.25, so I did the latest update. But I was going to be regenerating my ortho for the whole of the region to see if it's any better. So I turned it all off for now, so looks like there's a bit of glitching there. But I'll ignore that today. I'm not too worried. Or it could be my PC. Yeah, I've got fans blown all around the room trying to keep the temperature down, but it's getting warm in here. So if we don't manage to finish this flight, it might be because my PC crashes, so there's always that. Right, I'm actually just going to sort of start descending a little, so we're going to, this is Ladysmith here on Vancouver Island, we're going to be coming up the channel here, sort of a dead end, and then the airport's just over there. It's a warm day. It's a warm day in the sim as well, so... Yeah, our outside temperature's 20 degrees up here. But that's because I'm filming in the evening, so maybe the air would be that temperature, but during the day it was a lot hotter than that. Yeah, we've got the down now. We're going to do quite a bit descending now. I'll drop my throttle somewhat, help us with our descent. I'll do some reading about what diesel engines and what the requirements are. But of course, I'm no pilot. Sometimes I get all technical and sometimes I don't. And that's just fine, as it is for you. Don't let it stop you having a go. Do a bit of descending. Gained quite a bit of altitude there. But I mean, it could be that I haven't flown a lot with 11.25. I've only just updated, but it all seems very frame rate friendly to me. I mean, there is somewhat, it's clear skies, so there's no weather being generated. But my PC, just for reference, is 3 years old. It's Intel i5 4690K overclocked to 4.2 gigahertz. I've got a GTX 960 Nvidia card in, and that's about it. And I have an SSD, and 16 gig of RAM, so it's okay. It's a good machine, but by today's standards, there's no 1080 GTX card. There's no Intel monster latest CPU. It's a 3-year-old PC that was middle of the road then. So am I slow enough to bring my flaps out? Just about on the edge of that. Let's just scrub some speed. Little high. The other thing is I can't do much of a nose up landing when I do land. Okay, we got flaps down there. I'm just going to leave it flaps for that and see how we do. Okay, our speed's scrubbing off a bit there. We're still high. We can't go too far back because there's those wheel spats on this, and I'd scrape them on the ground if we go in with our nose too high. So I'll try and float it in level if I can. So if you see me do a long landing as I'm bobbing along the runway, then that'll be why. So this is only my second attempt at a landing in this aircraft. So we see how we do. In we come. In we come. We're probably a little off to the right. I'll bring it across. Our speed's coming way down. Just up the throttle slightly because I don't have full flap. Now we're slightly to the left, but that's okay. I'll take it. Yeah, slowly down. This is a long landing, but I'm just trying to get a feel for it. Not too nose high. Down. Oh, that's an absolutely lovely plane to land. Nice. I actually enjoyed that. That wasn't stressful at all. Let's just get off the runway here. We'll take this turn. I've scrubbed enough speed off now. And we'll turn off. Cool. A bit stuffy. That's the scenery. It's not this plane. There's a lot of things to render at this airport. Super nice. So I'm just going to pull up next to this WestJet. Again, fly for the plane you want, not the plane you got. So I'm going to go and park here and feel important. Back I come. Nice. So I hope you agree that this is an amazing freeware gift that Aerobask put out there. And put my brakes on. There we go. Actually haven't found out where my brake lever is. I used my button for that. Okay, I need to bring my flaps back up. There we go. Just saw them going back up. And I'll bring my trim down there just so it's not too out of trim next time I play. Okay, what do I have on the clock now? Like not even half, just over half an hour with the plane, but I think that's great. So now I'm going to cut the fuel. Take ignition off. Turn my alternator off. Bit of trouble learning the buttons there. I'm going to turn my avionics off. Master. Battery. We are dark. Some people leave the lights switched on so that when you flick the switch they automatically come on, but I won't there. I'm going to open the canopy and have a quick look from outside. All in all, I think that's an awesome little general aviation aircraft. So you can either go to explain.org, go find it there, or you can follow the link in the notes below my video. It's about a 400 meg download. It is not tiny, it's the real deal. It's one of their real planes. and it's not just some old one I think that they haven't been able to sell. This is one that's you know, it's designed for X-Plane 11. Go download it, give it a go, tell me what you think. I'm going to probably be doing a bit more flying with this when the temperatures come down a bit in my computer room, where I can actually fly without wanting to pass out. But I hope you've had a fun little flight with me. Go download this, please. It's free. Go try it. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, all the usual things like that. And I hope to see you again soon. Once the weather starts cooling down, you'll see more videos from me again. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.